Hello everybody and welcome back to F1 Manager 22. Now this has been a while, hasn't it? This has been a bit of a while since we've played this, and there's pretty good reason. So last season we were, 1 point off beating Red Bull to the Constructors' Championship, and yeah, Fernando Alonso retired. He got replaced by that man there, Charles Leclerc. So we now have Charles Leclerc and Valtteri Bottas as our driving partnership. And as we dive into the game, I think you'll realise why I haven't been doing every race as an episode. Let's go have a look. So yes, welcome back to the game, and we are about to go and race the Baku City Circuit in Azerbaijan. But you'll notice on the left-hand side, I was going to say bottom left, but on the left-hand side, we are 147 points ahead of Red Bull in the Constructors' Championship. In the drivers, we have Charles Leclerc in first with 160, Valtteri Bottas second with 108, and then Max Verstappen with 72. Our car is absolutely unbelievable. It is a rocket ship. It is an absolute rocket ship. And whilst it is great fun, it is incredibly easy. It is incredibly easy. Let's put a stat in defending for Charles Leclerc. For that one, I don't think we've got any other things to do. Oh yeah, Filip Drugovich has got a point as well. So as you can see, we've been improving Filip Drugovich quite a lot as well. So braking, not that I think this season will be the last. We'll probably come back at the end of the season and just show how easy it was to win the save. If you want to see another one of these, let me know. Obviously PGA is the PGA Tour game is on this channel as well, so we'll have to see how that goes. It's very good fun, really enjoying it, but I do want to get more games on this channel as they come out and stuff, and try and keep series going. It's just finding time to play them all. Right, let's get into the race weekend. There isn't too much, I don't think, else to go through. We've got a chassis. Can we put? No, we haven't got a chassis number 3. We've got front wing number 2. We've got rear wing number 3. Side pods number 2. We've got underfloor number 3. Aha! Oh no, it's not ready yet. Manufacturing project is happening. That'll make us even quicker. And suspension number 3 is on the car as well. Lovely. Right, let's get into the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Okay, practice done, and 97% confidence for Valtteri, 100% confidence for Charles Leclerc. I should say Charles Leclerc was a free agent as well. Ferrari just didn't renew his contract, let him go, so we picked him up. That's why we've got loads of money and a very good driver, which is absolutely superb. Right, the cars are looking good. We just need to put new... we'll get the new ERS systems in. We'll give them brand new engines because, you know, it's Azerbaijan and a new engine. Let's give them all new components. Let's just give both drivers the fastest possible cars they can have, because that will be really fun. Yeah, the Red Bulls are looking quick. The Red Bulls are looking quick around Azerbaijan. I'm not going to deny that. They are looking pretty damn quick. Max Verstappen topped P1, P2 and P3. Oh no, Pierre Gasly, sorry, topped P3. But yeah, we should be in a good position here. We should be pretty good. Right, everyone is good and ready to go. We just need to be top 15. We could probably do it on mediums, to be fair. No, we'll do it. We'll do it properly. We're just going to go out and set one lap. Right, qualifying. Let's go and see how fast our car can actually be. So let's go out early doors. We'll send Valtteri, then we'll send Charles Leclerc. Let's go and set our lap and just leave it there. Call it what it is. Call it done. Valtteri starts his quick lap. Leclerc's going to overtake Zhou on the straight, which is very helpful. Bottas is catching up lots of others. It's not going to be the quickest because we hit a bit of traffic, but that should... I mean, half a second between our two drivers is quite a lot, but that probably will be enough to see us through. We could go out again. I'm not against it. I do like setting times and seeing how we match up properly, so we probably will go out again. 9 minutes to go. People still staying out for a bit of a longer session. So now everybody's coming in after finishing their first little stints. We will go back out in a sec. Just want to wait for... Okay, there you go. There go the first load of people. Everyone's still piling out. Yeah, let's go there and there. There you go. Bottas at the back. Leclerc just out in front of Iwa, who I can't remember. I can't even remember who that is, but there's been so many driver changes and stuff that it's a little bit hard to keep track of it all. But generally, all we need to worry about is topping the timing charts. Leclerc second, Bottas sixth, both comfortably through into Q2. There you go, Max Verstappen well out in front. I feel like, as we get into the latter stages of this qualifying, we will be it'll be much easier to judge the speed of our car because there's a lot of traffic in Azerbaijan. There's a lot of traffic. But yeah, we'll see how we get on. Right, let's send Leclerc out early doors. Then we'll send Bottas out. So who got knocked out? George Russell got knocked out. Lando Norris, Kevin Magnussen, Yuki Tsunoda, and Iwa. Whoever that is. But he was... Oh no, all these people are through. Who got knocked out? I can't figure out who got knocked out. This is the drop zone, isn't it? There you go. Bottas top, Leclerc second. That looked like much better times, to be honest. And on used tyres as well. So let's... should we go for another? Yeah, sod it. Let's do this properly. Let's do this properly. We do need to see how we compete. So Bottas is ahead of Perez. Albon goes quickest. Then Sainz now goes quickest. So Charles Leclerc down in 7th. Not setting a wonderfully good time. I think we're going to try and get out ahead of everyone else here. I think about 4 minutes will go. Let's send Leclerc there. We'll send Bottas there. There we go. Just ahead of everybody else. So some clean air for both drivers. This should show us what sort of time we can set here, because none of them are going to hit traffic. We've had a crash, which isn't going to help, but it will slow everyone else down as well. Is Leclerc going to improve? No, he's not, because of the yellow flag, but it was Iwasa who crashed, and Bottas goes second. Is that going to cause issues for Leclerc? No, Leclerc actually went third, so yeah, we did improve our times. Lovely, lovely stuff, and it's third and fourth heading into Q3. Now, Q3 is a very interesting one because Q3, a lot less cars on track, which means you should be able to get a much better time. But it does look like the Red Bulls potentially have bought upgrades to this session. Let's just let everyone sort of go, and we'll filter in at the back for this first lap because we're still using our used tyres. So we'll send out Charles Leclerc first. Valtteri Bottas can have lots of free air at the back of this group. And let's see what sort of times we can set here. We're still not on completely fresh tyres. We are on a used set of tyres for this one as well. So Perez, Verstappen goes first. And then we've got Leclerc 4th, Bottas 5th. Okay, maybe some cars have bought a few little upgrades to Azerbaijan. So let's get a fresh set of softs on for both drivers. Might not be as easy as I thought, to be honest, but we should have plenty of time for this one to go out of the back of the group and get our time set as Leclerc follows Perez, Bottas follows Leclerc, and let's see how we get on with this one. Both drivers over the line, starting their final lap in Q3. It's going to be interesting. Perez is the time to beat at the moment, and Bottas jumps up into 5th, so 4th and 5th on the grid. To start, I thought it would be a lot higher than that. So it doesn't matter. Let's get into the race. Okay, so into the strategy for Azerbaijan then. What's it saying is the quickest? That's slower. That is 10 seconds quicker to do a 2-stop, apparently. All right, we'll put Valtteri on the 2-stop. Let's see if we can make this even quicker. Yeah, that is... I mean, can we just change that to 2 sets of mediums? Because we should have 2 sets of mediums. Medium, soft, apparently, is the way to go here. That is quicker. Doing it like that. What if we go on to those softs a little bit quicker? Yeah, that a little bit earlier. That is quicker. That is quicker. That is slower. That is slower. Oh, go back there. That is quicker. That is slower. Quicker. Slower. The same. Okay, so we could do... I mean, can we even push these tyres? Or we could potentially push these tyres a little bit as well. Not that stint, but potentially this stint. I don't think we need to be honest. Let's leave it like that then for now. We'll put Valtteri onto the 2-stopper. Do we put Charles Leclerc onto it as well? It does say it's the quickest strategy by quite some time to do a 2-stop. There's going to be incidents as well, isn't there? There's going to be incidents. I think we do. I think we go for both put both on the quickest strategy. They both have 2 sets of mediums, as far as I'm aware, available. So we've got Charles pitting lap 20 and lap 39. And yeah, just before lap 20 and lap... What's that? 35, 36. Okay, so there is a difference in strategy. which I quite like the look of. We will decrease our fuel by 1 lap because there's normally an incident in Azerbaijan. And then we'll start quick. Don't push the fuel. Go pace mode up and deploy. And again, deploy, pace mode up. Let's see how we get on. Both on a 2-stop strategy. We can adjust it on the fly. See how we go. Here we go into Azerbaijan.
With the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
So it's a Red Bull front row. So we need a good start. We do need a good start from our drivers here. On board with Valtteri Bottas at the moment, as lots of the teams using the soft tyre. Valtteri going potentially a little bit wide. How's Charles Leclerc doing? Obviously, our drivers are racing each other at the moment. And there is Charles Leclerc on the inside, but he can't quite get it done. And Charles Leclerc showing that speed he's got. That's unbelievable from Charles Leclerc. Look at him go. He's up into 3rd already. Lovely driving from Charles Leclerc. Will stay on board with Valtteri Bottas at the moment, who's still fighting with Pierre Gasly. Those 2 Red Bulls out in front. We can't let them escape too much. Valtteri having a few little twitches, but we don't mind that too much, as we just need to get past. We need to get past... no, that's the wrong one, this guy. We need to get past Pierre Gasly as soon as we can, and I think we may get it done now. Oh, go on, make it stick, Valtteri, make it stick. He's going to have the inside. No, he's pulled out. He let Gasly have the right of way, which is a little bit irritating. But yeah, while we're pushing, we do need to get this done, because Gasly is not going to keep pace with the Red Bulls and Charles Leclerc in front. So we do need to make this count, Valtteri, because you need to get back into that 1 second and not let those first 3 drivers get away from you. So let's see if we can get Valtteri into some clean air just to try and get this move done. Now we should have the natural pace in the car. I know we're on the medium tyres, which are slower, but you can see Gasly already a second behind as Leclerc is up into 2nd place. Charles Leclerc having a wonderful drive at the moment, as Valtteri trying to eye Pierre Gasly up, getting that clean air down this straight. Yeah, and he's got the inside as well, so just don't pull out, Valtteri. You can have the inside if you brake slightly later. Pierre Gasly covers him off, and Valtteri Bottas not having the best of time of it at the moment. But checking in with Charles Leclerc, you can see he's hot on the tails of Max Verstappen. I think if we just make sure that he's not using too much of his ERS to deploy. Valtteri Bottas still having a look at Pierre Gasly in front. Charles Leclerc closing the gap on Max Verstappen. Okay, our medium tyres, we do know are going to go longer than everyone on the soft. So Pierre Gasly, Sainz behind us, Verstappen in front of Leclerc. Perez on the mediums as well. He'll be going at a similar sort of pace to us. So we'll have to see how this goes. Verstappen looked like he had a bit of a lock-up there, but managed to keep it on track as it's bunched the field up a little bit more going into these first couple of laps. But yeah, we're in a good position. I know Valtteri hasn't quite got past Pierre Gasly yet, but we can't be too mad with the start. Up into 2nd and 5th. It's going well. Sainz just behind us, then Ocon behind him in the 2 Ferraris. Ricciardo in the Mercedes there. Albon, Magnussen, Zhou. George Russell down in 12th. Tsunoda 13th. Norris in 14th. Iwasa and Stroll in the Haas. Vettel and Giovinazzi in the Alpine. Schumacher and Hauger at the back, as we got used to him in the last season as well. There's already a 2nd gap between Charles Leclerc and Sergio Perez. So Leclerc keeping pace with Max Verstappen, which is exactly what we want, as DRS will be opening on the next lap. Bottas keeping pace with Gasly, but then we'll have to push a little bit more. We're actually going to harvest up behind Pierre Gasly for a little bit, because we need to get that ERS back in shape, and you can charge up quite a lot here. So DRS is now open, so Valtteri Bottas should be able to keep up with everybody, even if he's charging, and Leclerc should be able to have a go at Max Verstappen with the DRS open, and he's going for it. As you can see, we're now getting people chasing Valtteri Bottas down. Has Charles Leclerc got round the outside of Max Verstappen? Yes, no, he's going to have the inside on the next corner. It's a tough old battle, this one, isn't it? For first place here in Azerbaijan, as Verstappen just keeps his nose in front of Charles Leclerc. And coming into the castle section, Charles Leclerc should have the inside line. There's lots of battles going on behind us as well, as Valtteri Bottas has charged up his battery to a significant amount. As Charles Leclerc holds the inside. Who's going to give way in this position here? Verstappen just keeps his nose in front. And that is fine, because that means we can ease off a little bit here, going into the long straight down the start-finish. We can let that happen, as Bottas now just needs to get his foot back on the gas and close that gap to Sergio Perez in front of him, as there is Charles Leclerc. We can come around these corners, not too fast. Don't deploy too much ERS, because we're going to be in a cracking position to attack Max Verstappen down the long straight, as Pierre Gasly is going to have DRS as us on well. Bottas needs to close that gap up. He really does, but we know we've got a quick pit strategy, so it's all about a case of using that. Verstappen has put a good bit of time between himself and Leclerc while we were charging up our battery there. But let's see what Charles Leclerc can do. He goes defensive against Pierre Gasly, but his DRS should definitely pull him up towards Verstappen. And then as we go around the first corner, I think we're going to deploy and see if we can catch Max Verstappen and just go and get away. So round this corner isn't the DRS, but this corner is, as Valtteri Bottas loses a position to Carlos Sainz. Not ideal. And look at that pace that we use to catch up on Max Verstappen. Can we get this one done? Yes, we can. Right, keep it on deploy. Let's push a little bit more on the tyres to make sure we can try and pull away from Max Verstappen. And now we can focus on Valtteri Bottas, who is dropping off a little bit. So we'll push the tyres a little bit more. Bottas has got back at Sainz, but we need to get up to that group in front, as Charles Leclerc is going to try and pull away from Max Verstappen. But can he make it happen? Don't know. Okay, so Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc having a bit of a battle here. Verstappen just got him back in the DRS zone. Bottas has done really well, closed the gap to the cars in front, so he's back in contention for a podium. We are only 5 laps in. It's been a very entertaining race so far, but I feel like we can probably tell Charles Leclerc just to ease off while we sit behind. We know we've got the tyres that are going to go slightly further. We can probably do similar with Bottas now as well. Okay. I don't know how. 74, 73. The soft tyre does go pretty far in this race. We just need to, just need to manage our tyre wear. I'm just interestingly, I don't think you could do. You definitely couldn't do medium to softs now. So we're in a decent position at the moment. We're in a decent position. So I was just wanting to come and check expected strategies. So people on the softs are going to go on a 1-stop. And it's going to be between 13 and 19 is the laps they're going to pit on. We are currently on lap 9, so not too far away. Verstappen retook the lead from Charles Leclerc, don't mind that. Bottas still within DRS of Pierre Gasly and all of that. Sainz hanging on to the back of him. Ocon has dropped off 4 seconds, so we do have a front 5 pack right now. But again, the soft tyre will be quicker, and 3 of this top 6 are on the soft tyre, so they will be pitting pretty soon, and that's when we've got to try and make our move, because I think Perez will be doing a 1-stop as well. So yeah, we do need to get out in front or hope for an incident that means our 2-stop strategy works a little bit better. Okay, so Verstappen has pit this lap, which gives Charles Leclerc the lead of this race, and we're going to try and get him to pull away as best he can. No one else pitted though on the soft tyre, so Verstappen wants to try and come out, but in a different place. He's going to come out in a lot of traffic, I feel. He's got to get through he's going to be quite hard. What does he come out on? Has he come out on the hards? Or has he come out on the softs? Or he's come out on the hards, so he is going to be going till the end, which is an early pit stop. He's pitted earlier than anybody else. So we'll keep an eye on that, as Charles Leclerc has a 3.5 second gap over Sergio Perez now. Bottas, we're not expecting Perez to come into pit, but Gasly should be pitting some point soon. He's on 42% tyres, so we do need to just be aware, as Bottas's pit window is coming up. He's not got too many laps until he's going to come in, so his Charles Leclerc does his battery till the death and has a 4-second lead, which is absolutely lovely over Sergio Perez. Okay, Gasly and Sainz have pit as well, so now it's time for Bottas to try and go, although he's not going to have too much battery to get rid of. But we're getting to push the tyres a bit. As you can see, all the soft runners now coming into pit. So ideally what we want to do is sort of know that we've got this lead with Charles Leclerc. He can actually ease off a little bit, and if we can get him out longer than Sergio Perez to extend that lead, that would be absolutely lovely. Is Ocon on the mediums as well? Yeah, so medium. Verstappen up in 7th on the hard.
This is good. Come on.
He is 18 seconds off Leclerc, which is, yeah, pretty much a whole pit stop, to be honest. Probably just a bit less than a pit stop, but Bottas still having a go at Sergio Perez, making him defend. He'll be using up his tyres quite a lot, which is good. Okay, so Valtteri Bottas has got up into 2nd place. He'll probably lose it just towards this DRS zone, but he is coming into pit this lap as he's overtaken Perez. So if Perez follows him into the pits, we could come out ahead of Sergio Perez if they both pit. You can see Perez looking to potentially make a move. Bottas pits, Perez stays out. Charles Leclerc is going to stay out as well. This is going to be a very interesting race, a very tactical race, this one. Our soft tyres at the end should help us, but yeah, no incidents so far in Azerbaijan as Bottas comes into the pits, and it's a good stop there. Charles Leclerc has only got one more lap, but I think we can keep him out a bit longer. Bottas was predicted to come out in 9th and is going to come out in 9th behind Carlos Sainz and Pierre Gasly, who have pitted. So we know they're going on those hards till the end. So Bottas can probably push a little bit on these tyres. Yeah, he should be fine actually to stay on that sort of push and to grade them a little bit more. But he is going to be sitting behind Carlos Sainz. He's apparently just outside of DRS, but he's got that back now. Perez is 5 seconds behind Charles Leclerc and still hasn't pit, and Leclerc is well out in front, driving a good race at the moment through the castle section. Okay, Carlos has pitted, so again, this is where we need to get Charles Leclerc absolutely gunning it to make as much space as he can. Perez pits. He's dropping all the way down. It's a big old stop there for Perez. Ricciardo up into 2nd, but 12 seconds behind. We know we've got an issue with fuel for both drivers, but that's not too bad. Yeah, Verstappen is closing the gap. He is closing the gap. 13 seconds behind. But Charles Leclerc can hopefully push on this lap. Come in the next lap. In fact, we could get him to pit this lap. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go pit options onto the mediums. You've done a little bit further than you needed to anyway, so let's really push on these tyres. We'll just drop you down to neutral so that you have some energy to get there, and we're back for Charles Leclerc's pit stop. Okay, Charles Leclerc crashed. He crashed annoyingly, apparently. I don't think it was a big one. It's just a bit of a lock-up, I think. He's come round this corner, locked up, span. He's hit the back. There's no damage to the car. But you can tell he's crashed because his things are done. What's he? Wheels, aerodynamics. It's saying rear wing minor, suspension minor. That should be okay. But the problem we've got is that is going to open up a lot of avenues for other teams to close down. See, 8 seconds. The gap to Verstappen is 9 seconds. So the question is, do we change Charles Leclerc to a one-stop strategy now and go onto the hard tyres? He's been out here a lot longer than everyone else. With a little bit of damage, do we want to... What's his... If we say pit active, pit options, he's going to come out in 9th. That's a lot of catching up to do. And in 9th, he'll have Bottas, who's pitted already ahead of him. Albon needs to pit. Ocon needs to pit. Ricciardo needs to pit. So 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th. Yeah, it's not ideal, is it? He's going to come out with fresher tyres. He'll come out near Perez. And then it's just a case of what Gasly and Sainz and Verstappen do. I think it's Verstappen's race to lose now. I do think it is. I'm worried that having 2 more pit stops is going to cost us. So we're going to go on to the hard tyres now. And we're going to do that. 3% tyres. He's going to have to nurse these round. Yeah, we know you crashed. No, no, no. But yeah, just cost you a bit of time. You're still out in the lead. Still got the fastest lap, Charles. So come in. Ideally, we need someone else to crash and cause a yellow flag. So into the pits he comes. The car is still drivable, which is the main thing. And he comes in. And it's all about, as Ocon, Ricciardo, Albon all pit as well. So Bottas should come up. Verstappen. Yeah, so Verstappen's going to have an easy lead of this race. As he comes in. Bottas goes up into 2nd place. Charles Leclerc pits and comes out. Is he going to come out in front of Perez? It's going to be close. He's not. He's going to come out just behind Perez, but in 6th, so it's not dreadful. If we can use the pace of Perez to try and get us up closer to that group, that would be nice. But Bottas in 2nd is also very nice indeed. A long way behind Max Verstappen, but he is lapping 2 seconds a lap quicker. Bloody hell, Valtteri, that is very impressive. He's 2 seconds off him as well, so if he keeps this pace up, it won't be too bad at all. Gasly and Sainz just behind him. Perez 5 seconds off that group, and then Leclerc here as well. But we should have pace with both of our drivers. Okay, halfway point, and Valtteri Bottas is absolutely gunning it. He's having an amazing race. He has caught up to Max Verstappen and should be able to overtake him with DRS, to be honest. Yes, we're pushing the tyres a bit more, but we're going to end on the softs, which will suit us really well. We have Leclerc, who's overtaken Perez. He needs to try and really gun it to go and get Sainz. I'm wondering, do we push these as well? But at the moment, Valtteri doing a very good job on the backs of Max Verstappen. Just can't... Verstappen's defending well. Valtteri can't quite get past him. We can go into standard, to be honest. I'm just looking at that line. It's not too bad if we stay on push, but for now, Valtteri's doing a really good job. Leclerc, we're a bit far away from the top 4, but, you know, that's because he crashed. So, and we do need to watch fuel at some point. In fact, I'm sort of thinking while we're sitting behind Max on better tyres, let's try and save the fuel. Okay, we've had a crash. It's a yellow flag. Is it going to be a safety car? That would be helpful. But no, I don't think it is. Valtteri Bottas has just been... Oh, Gasly crashed. That will help out Charles Leclerc massively. But, yeah, Valtteri Bottas, he overtook Verstappen and then Verstappen re-overtook him in the DRS zone. But we are still trying to save the fuel, so not too worried about that. Leclerc and Perez battling. Gasly's dropped back in towards them. Sainz 4 seconds behind the leaders at the moment. So it's another crash, but only a yellow flag again. Nothing more than that at the moment. So we're going to try and get Valtteri to get past Max Verstappen before we get onto those soft tyres, because we need to get a little bit of a lead here. We've got his fuel back in line. Leclerc's not far off having his fuel back in line as well. But Leclerc, with the fuel save, has dropped off like nearly 3 seconds behind Sergio Perez, which is a little bit irritating. But yeah, we're not in a terrible position. Valtteri Bottas can't quite get past Max Verstappen, so let's get him in that clean air. This is his optimal pit window, but we've got a lot of life left in these medium tyres, and we need to, because if we get onto the softs, it's going to put us out pretty far behind, to be honest. And there's still 20 laps to go, which we definitely can't do on these mediums, so we do need to pit at some point. I think everyone else did the hards, right? Yeah, so, I mean, Sainz at 64, 63, they may pit again. Gasly at 26 is definitely going to have to pit again. Not too sure what's happened there. Maybe a lock-up in the tyres, but as Verstappen moves over to defend, Bottas can't get this done at the moment, so there's no point in pushing our ERS too much. We might as well save it. I don't want to pit Bottas until we really have to, but this is costing us time, and Verstappen is defending very, very well indeed. Leclerc does need to push a little bit, though, if he's going to get back and close that gap towards Sergio Perez. Come on, Valtteri, you can get this done. You can get this done. I've been bigging up our car like a rocket ship. We need to get this move done. Okay, Valtteri Bottas in the DRS. Long start finish straight here at Azerbaijan. Can he get this one done? He should be able to get this done. Get in clean air. Get in clean air. Come on, Valtteri. I know he's a good driver, but he's not that good. We're going to deploy as we come out of here. Let's just let him do it naturally. We won't tell him about clean air. With DRS and deploying your ERS. Come on, look, just move over to the right and get round him. There you go. There you go. Right, now you do need to absolutely gun it before we pit you. You need to go. You should have the momentum. There isn't a DRS zone until the last start-finish straight now, so come on. Leclerc sort of is closing the gap, but I don't trust him to really get it done. Verstappen holding on. But come on, Valtteri. Come on. Okay, Verstappen has just overtaken Valtteri on the DRS zone, and we're bringing Valtteri into pit onto the soft tyres to finish here. It's going to be touch and go to see where he comes out, to be honest. It's going to be a tough end to the race for Valtteri Bottas. Leclerc in 5th. It's not been as supreme as I wanted. I think if we had that new underfloor arrive for this race, it would have been a bit of a cakewalk, but it wasn't ready in time. The soft tyres go on for Valtteri. Is he going to get out in front of Gasly? No, he's not. He's going to be behind Gasly as well. So Valtteri does need to make these soft tyres work. He needs to make them pretty damn quick, to be honest. We can't afford to push them all that much. Yeah, look how much we eased off those tyres there for the mediums. But, you know, we got them going. Leclerc does just need to get his fuel back in range. I don't think Leclerc is going to catch anyone. So we'll just let that drop back into 0 and then we'll put him back onto balance. But Valtteri needs to have one hell of a drive now. Fresh softs should catch up everyone. But he's got 11 laps to see what he can do. So let's hope and pray for Valtteri. Okay, these soft tyres on lap 43 are something else. Valtteri Bottas has already caught up basically to Charles Leclerc in a matter of moments. It's really not taking him very long. I don't want to say Bottas could be on for a win here, but he's only about 6 seconds behind Sainz, who's now overtaken Perez. And once he starts getting DRS, these tyres are going to absolutely fly for the last 7 or 8 laps. And this is going to be... It could be a good chance. Bottas, look at this speed. He's catching up to Charles Leclerc. I also think we're going to have to say to Leclerc, you know, look, don't fight your teammate because Valtteri Bottas is so much quicker than you that just get out the way. There we go. He does get out the way. It's not going to affect Charles Leclerc's race that much. There's a 15-second gap back towards Ocon. And now Bottas, just go for it, son. Absolutely go for it. Maybe we could have done that a bit better to get Bottas DRS down this straight. But I don't think it was necessarily needed. Leclerc... Oh, hang on. Let's keep that on. Don't fight teammate because we don't want you getting in the way of Bottas and making him defend. So Bottas will also drag Charles Leclerc along with slipstream and DRS as well. But is the two-stopper going to pay off for Valtteri? Oh, and Bottas has got past Perez. And it's 2.6 seconds is the gap to the leaders. This could be Valtteri Bottas's Grand Prix. He's just got to keep it sensible, keep getting the pace out of these tyres. This could be absolutely drop Leclerc. That's the difference between the soft tyres and the used hard tyres is 2 seconds. I mean, if we look at last laps, right? 144 or 148. Valtteri Bottas is lapping 4 seconds a lap quicker than the cars around him. This is absolutely bonkers. Someone spun Sector 2. It's a virtual safety car. That is a little bit irritating because it's going to take some laps off.
Slow down.
But I'll tell you what we are going to do. We are going to gamble this. And we are going to get Charles Leclerc in onto a set of softs. We've seen the difference it can make. Are these two going to pit in front? Because Valtteri Bottas is already on the soft tyre. So this could be crucial for Valtteri Bottas here. A virtual safety car has slowed everything down because there's 19 seconds back to Ocon. So we're going to lose a lot of time. But if they don't pit, I'm going to get ready just to cancel this just in case. Because if people don't pit, and I think whatever happens, if people don't pit, do we keep Leclerc out and keep him there to hold cars behind? Potentially we do. Potentially we do. But you can see that the drive Bottas has done on these soft tyres is absolutely incredible. Just need to see if Verstappen and Sainz pit. I think others might. They're not pitting. So I think we will keep Leclerc on the pit. We'll watch his pit stop because we like to do that. Because everyone has to go so much slower. This is a low lap warning, mate. Nearly there. There's only 5 laps to go. And we're going to ask Charles Leclerc to absolutely gun it on these soft tyres as soon as that VSC finishes. He's in, he's out. It's going to be very close to see whether... So the virtual safety car is ending soon. So Leclerc doesn't lose a spot, which is crucial. And we have tyres to spare for everyone. So you push.
So virtual safety car will be ending.
Got a bit of fuel to play with as well for both drivers. We'll leave Leclerc as he is for now. Bottas is the key one, though. Bottas is the key. Magnussen pits. The race is back underway. Charles Leclerc's got 16 seconds to make up. There's, what, 5 laps to go. He could potentially do it because we're asking him to push the tyres. So Valtteri Bottas right on the back of the leaders. This is going to be a dramatic end to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. I think pitting Leclerc made sense, according that he didn't lose a spot and he gets on fresher tyres with much more pace. And Valtteri Bottas is just eating in to these guys here. And we're not asking him to do anything other than push the fuel, which is crazy. Which is absolutely crazy. He has got tyre life he can use as well. Can he get round the outside of Carlos Sainz? Yes, he can. What a move from Valtteri Bottas. Come on, Valtteri. You've got your doubters in the comment section. But with DRS here on Max Verstappen, it should catch him up. Like, easily catch him up. We're going to tell him to harvest into these next corners. Because the DRS is open. I mean, don't even push the fuel. If we can sit behind him until the next DRS zone, that is absolutely massive. Use that momentum to just push away. Right here. Like, we don't need to push here. This next DRS zone. This is when we then go bang and go see you later, Maxi, baby. Just get round him. Get round him. Get round him. Get round him. You have to get round him on this straight. Max Verstappen defending really, really well. And Valtteri hasn't got it done. We're going to leave him on push and deploy, I think. Well, maybe not. Maybe not on that. But Charles Leclerc is closing the gap to Carlos Perez. Carlos Perez? Sergio Perez. It's because Carlos Perez and Carlos Tevez sound so similar. But, yeah, Charles Leclerc closing the gap. Bottas all over the back of Max Verstappen. Again, we could just wait, knowing that down the start-finish straight we will make something happen. So absolutely no need for Valtteri Bottas to get a move done here. In fact, I'd prefer if you didn't, Valtteri. Let's just ease off everything because we don't have to push. Charles Leclerc, 11 seconds is now the gap. I feel like we could probably get Charles to push. I don't... could Charles push?
You can stop lift and coast.
I'm sure Charles Leclerc could push really aggressively on the tyre. As Valtteri Bottas easing off everything and is still keeping pace with Max Verstappen pretty easily. Put a second between him and Sainz now as well. Right, deploy out of this corner. Push. We're going to get... You're going to get the DRS, so you may as well make the most of this and try and get as far ahead as you can. Because I don't think we'll be able to stay behind with DRS. I think the natural DRS pace here would
push more.
Would get us past Max Verstappen as we're into that clean air. And we're going to get this one done. And now it's just a case of pushing, pushing, pushing and seeing how far we can get away. Charles Leclerc really closing that gap really well to Sergio Perez. He's doing a fantastic job back there. And now Valtteri Bottas out in front. Half a second, but Verstappen will have DRS as Leclerc takes the fastest lap away from Valtteri Bottas. But I think Bottas is going to have enough pace now to move away from Max Verstappen and secure himself a win. And we're not going to get him to push too much. We will get Charles Leclerc to keep pushing though, because we need Leclerc to close this gap. Let's let Leclerc push his ERS and push everything. See if he can get on the back of Sergio Perez's DRS at this Thunderbird. But already there's a second gap to Verstappen. 1.5 seconds, these soft tyres. What a decision. What a call. And we are in a great spot. Because if Leclerc catches Perez, he may get a podium, which would be massive. He's got 3 laps to try and do it. Okay, Charles Leclerc, with 2 laps to go, has caught up to the group in front. He has had a superb drive. We've had to take his fuel off, but these soft tyres, he is doing a fantastic job. Bottas 6 seconds out in front of Verstappen. His strategy working a dream. The virtual safety car, I think, did help us a little bit. But 2 laps to go. Charles Leclerc on really fresh tyres. Look at these tyre wears. He should absolutely blitz past both these drivers. Look at how much he's catching them up. We'll just quickly pop him into conserve to make sure that stays on green. The problem is that he could get boxed in this bit here. I think what we need to do is, well, there's no point in deploying here, but if we can get past one at a time like that, that is superb. That is superb driving. And I mean, the soft tyres allowing him to brake later, and Charles Leclerc is up into 3rd place with 1 lap to go. I don't think he's going to have quite enough to catch Max Verstappen. It is only 2 seconds. You never know. But we are going to try everything we can, because if we get into that DRS zone of Max Verstappen, then Charles Leclerc can definitely overtake him. And we could still get an Aston Martin 1-2, even though we had an incident with Charles Leclerc as well. As you can see, we're absolutely yeeting his ERS. But I think we are going to catch... Verstappen. We're going to get Verstappen on the start-finish straight here. And this is going to be a monumental 1-2 for Aston Martin. This is huge. I'm so glad we've done this race live as well. Not all, most of the races, we qualify P1, P2, and then just get it done. And just see it out and go through the motions. But this has been an entertaining race to do live. It's been absolutely superb. I think the only worry I've got is Charles Leclerc gets this done too early. Verstappen was one of the first. He was the first to pit as well onto the hard tyres. 39%. Absolutely crucial for him. But yeah, now we should get this done as Bottas is in the lead on the last lap. And here comes Charles Leclerc. In fact, let's just leave that on standard because we don't need to do anything out of the ordinary. But it is 1-2 for Aston Martin out of nowhere. The decision to pit Charles Leclerc onto the softs was absolutely huge. And Charles Leclerc can hopefully drive away from Max Verstappen now. Yes, Verstappen will have DRS, but we've got in front on the last lap. It's a 1-2 Bottas-Leclerc at the moment. Great tactics, great decisions being made as Verstappen doesn't quite have enough to get past Charles Leclerc. And now Charles Leclerc, we can ask you just to push, see what we can do, get the maximum pace out of the car. Charles Leclerc has fastest lap at the moment. Valtteri Bottas well out in front, lapping cars as well, which is absolutely superb as he comes through into the castle section for the final time at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Valtteri Bottas, the experienced Finn in the Aston Martin, having an absolutely superb race as Charles Leclerc has put plenty of time now between him and Max Verstappen. And we go back to the leader. Valtteri Bottas is going to come around the last few corners of this Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Has done a superb job. He's done such a good race, Valtteri Bottas. We stuck with the strategy. We make it work, and he's going to come through the start-finish straight, take the acclaim of the fans, and what a race. What a race for Aston Martin. What a race for Valtteri Bottas. He's going to come across the line, take the win. Absolutely superb. 8 seconds or 9 seconds ahead of his teammate. Valtteri Bottas picks up the win in Azerbaijan. It's another 1-2 for Aston Martin, and Charles Leclerc out of nowhere takes second spot. A superb race from him with a bit of damage on his car as well. And it's Max Verstappen in third, Sergio Perez in fourth, Red Bull, or is it? Because there's a DRS battle coming into the line and it's not. Perez holds on, Sainz in fifth, Gasly sixth, Ricciardo seventh. It'll be Ocon. There might be a battle here for seventh position between the two Mercedes and the Ferrari of Esteban Ocon, because Esteban Ocon's going to open that rear wing. I don't think he's quite going to have enough to get it done. No, Daniel Ricciardo will hold on there. So it'll be Ricciardo 7th, Ocon 8th, Russell 9th, and Zhou will come across the line to take the final points for McLaren. Wow, what an entertaining race. Valtteri Bottas and Charles Leclerc get a 1-2 for Aston Martin. Absolutely amazing. Up 4 spots for Valtteri to first, 2 stops. Charles Leclerc got the fastest lap as well, which is awesome. 19 points for him. So that's going to make it a little bit closer at the top of the drivers. Valtteri Bottas closing the gap by 6 points in there a little bit. But constructors, we get further away from Red Bull, which is just absolutely insane. Great driving from both drivers. Superb tactics, if I do say so myself as well. But yeah, very happy with that one. And I think we'll be back later on towards the 3/4 of the way through, or towards the end of the season, which will be lovely. But yeah, absolutely superb race in that one. Let's have a look. What have we got? So that we've just done Azerbaijan. We've got Canada, Britain, Austria, France, Hungary, Belgium, the Dutch, Italian Grand Prix, Singapore. Maybe let's come back for Singapore, because that's my home Grand Prix. Singapore, and then the end of the season as well. So we'll see you for the Singapore Grand Prix, because that is when we'll be back for the next episode. But thank you so much for watching. It looks like it's going to be an Aston Martin clean sweep in this season. But for now, I'm out. Cheers.